The film opens with old military footage that instantly sets an eerie tone. A U.S. Air Force commander talks about the thousands of UFO reports they have collected over the years, while another officer insists the idea of extraterrestrial life should not be laughed off so easily. Right from the start, the movie plants one disturbing thought in your mind. What if these sightings were never random? Then the story drops us into the quiet town of Badger, Pennsylvania, where a family is sitting down for dinner like it is any normal night. The youngest daughter says a prayer, everyone settles in, and then everything changes in seconds. The house starts shaking violently. A huge blast hits outside, and the power cuts out. When the family wakes up, confusion turns into horror. The air itself seems wrong. One by one, they begin collapsing. First the older daughter, then the father, then the mother. Within moments, the entire family is gone, except for the youngest girl who survives only because she hides inside a cupboard. It is a brutal scene, and the movie wastes no time showing that whatever hit this town is far beyond normal. News spreads fast. Reports say a mysterious explosion has wiped out the whole town. No survivors. Toxic air. Military lockdown. Nobody knows whether it was terrorism, a natural disaster, or something even worse. That is when we meet Dr. Lauren Stone, a brilliant former NASA scientist and Nobel Prize winner who clearly is not in a good place. She is emotionally wrecked, drinks heavily, and is still carrying the weight of a broken past. When soldiers suddenly arrive at her door, it is not a polite invitation. They need her help, and they make it clear she does not really have a choice. Lauren is taken to a secure military facility where she meets Colonel Emmerich and astrobiologist David Santiago. They explain that a meteorite crashed near Badger, but the official explanation already feels too simple. A normal rock from space should not be able to poison an entire town. Wearing protective gear, Lauren and David are taken to the impact site. David looks around and sees nothing special, almost like this trip was a waste of time. But Lauren notices something strange growing inside the crater, a tiny red plant. It should not even be there, and yet it is. She studies it closely and quietly keeps that discovery to herself. Back home, Lauren cannot let it go. The plant keeps pulling at her mind, so she starts digging online and finds reports of a similar incident in Chelyabinsk, Russia. Same kind of falling object, same toxic area, same panic. And according to hidden reports and eyewitness claims, something like a seed grew into a deadly tree that destroyed everything around it. The town was sealed off, the truth was buried, and the people who knew too much were silenced. At that point, the movie makes it very clear this is not an isolated event. Something has happened before, and now it is happening again. The next day, doctors perform an autopsy on one of the Badger victims, Rob, but almost immediately the body starts breaking every rule of science. His skin looks oddly normal. His body is cold, but there is no sign of the decay they expected. When the doctors make the first cut, a strange, dark, metallic liquid slips out, then pulls back inside as the wound seals itself shut. And before anyone can process that nightmare, Rob suddenly sits upright on the table. The room freezes. Tests show he has no pulse, no blood pressure, and no normal signs of life. Yet he is somehow standing there. Then the panic spreads through the facility. Other bodies from Badger begin rising too. Not all of the dead come back, only 49 of them, and scientists suspect it is because those people were closest to the meteorite and inhaled something far more dangerous than simple gas. Their organs are changing. Their blood contains unknown compounds. Their DNA is no longer fully human. It is as if something alien has started rewriting them from the inside. Outside the base, reporters gather, rumors explode, and religious groups start treating the event like a sign of the end times. Inside, the scientists try to get reactions from the reanimated people by showing them family photos and speaking to them, but nothing works. They do not eat, sleep, breathe, or respond like normal humans. Sometimes they suddenly move, but not to attack. Instead, they turn together, all facing the same direction, as if they are silently connected to something no one else can see. Lauren warns Colonel Emmerich that the Russian case may be linked to this one, but her evidence sounds too unbelievable to convince the people in charge. Even at a White House briefing, when she explains that this may be part of a larger extraterrestrial threat, most of the room treats her like she is chasing internet ghosts. The officials want proof, and proof is exactly what she does not have yet. Still haunted by broken memories from her childhood and the loss of her mother, Lauren continues drinking and spiraling, but she cannot walk away from what is happening. So she goes back to the room where the risen victims are being kept. This time, she sits beside the youngest girl and gently tries a different approach. Instead of treating her like a lab specimen, Lauren talks to her like a person. She shares a childhood story, opens up about her own pain, and for the first time, the silence in that room feels almost human. Then David calls her phone. As Lauren pulls it out, the screen lights up with the picture of the strange red plant from the crater. The little girl sees it, and suddenly, she grabs Lauren's arm. That sudden grip changes everything. Lauren rushes to tell Colonel Emmerich and David what happened, and once they start paying closer attention, they notice something deeply unsettling. The risen bodies are not moving randomly at all. Again and again, they keep turning toward the north, toward the crater in Badger, as if something there is pulling them like a silent command. The pattern is too precise to ignore. Before they can even process that, the secret blows wide open. News stations begin airing leaked images of something impossible growing out of the crash site. In only 2 days, the tiny red sprout has turned into a massive tree-like structure rising from the snow. It looks less like a plant, and more like Earth has been pierced by something from another world. The military quickly transports Rob back to the site in a sealed container, hoping the thing in the crater will trigger some kind of response. The moment they bring him near the giant tree, his entire presence changes. His eyes glow an unnatural blue. He looks around with a strange calm, as if he is seeing the world properly for the first time. The snow, the sky, his own hands, even the tree itself all seem familiar to him now. Lauren realizes the man they brought here is not really Rob anymore. Something else is looking through his body. He explains that he cannot go back with them. Earth's normal atmosphere is no longer safe for him. The gas released by the tree is what keeps him alive now. At a press conference, Lauren tries to put the madness into terms people can understand. She explains that the tree is not just some alien object, it is life support. Just as Earth's plants make oxygen for humans, this tree is creating the environment these beings need to survive. That only makes the situation more terrifying, because it means the invasion is not just about creatures arriving here. It is about Earth itself being rewritten. Questions fly at her from every direction. Some reporters ask how the aliens reached this planet. Lauren mentions wormholes and deep space paths no one fully understands. Others try to drag the conversation toward her arrest and mental health, as if discrediting her would make the problem disappear. Somewhere else, an older man watches the broadcast in silence, and one name hits him hard: Supernova 94. Back home, Lauren tries to return to normal for a few minutes, but there is no normal left. Her therapist leaves another message, reminding her that she missed more court-ordered sessions and mentioning the strange dreams Lauren keeps having about flying. Lauren ignores it. Then there is a knock at the door. It is her father, Jim. His presence immediately puts her on edge. He tries to talk like this is just an ordinary visit, bringing up her childhood fascination with stars and the little lab they built for her in the shed. He sounds lonely, almost guilty, like a man trying to fix something far too late. But Lauren barely lets him in emotionally. When he steps closer, she instinctively pulls away. There is history here, and it clearly never healed. The next day, she is called back to the crash site because Rob refuses to speak to anyone except her. Sitting beside the monstrous tree in a protective suit, Lauren finally gets answers. Rob tells her his world is dying. His people were searching for somewhere new to survive, and Earth became their destination because someone here contacted them first. That person was a human, calling herself Supernova 94. She sent out messages, shared Earth's coordinates, and even gave them information about humanity's strengths and weaknesses. Lauren is shaken, but the situation gets worse before she can push deeper. Scientists try to take samples from the tree. Rob warns them to stop. Lauren tells him the tree cannot stay because it is poisoning the planet. Rob answers with a chilling calm, then the planet will be changed. What follows is pure chaos. Rob uses some kind of mental force on the people around him. At first it seems subtle, but then the effect turns violent. Panic spreads through the team. A man is compelled to open his protective suit. Another has his mask torn open. Soldiers begin attacking one another in confusion and agony. It is like Rob is reaching inside their minds and snapping the part that keeps them human. Gunshots rip through the snow. Men tear off their own protection. In seconds, the operation collapses into madness. Lauren barely escapes. The military responds the only way it knows how, with firepower. Missiles are launched at the alien tree, but they never reach it. An enormous invisible shield surrounds the structure, and every attack fails. Now there is no denying it. Whatever has taken root in Badger is far beyond anything humanity can control. As this unfolds, the older man who saw the broadcast begins digging through old notebooks. He used to work in intelligence, and years ago he intercepted strange transmissions from someone using the name Supernova 94. At the time, no one took it seriously. It sounded like a child playing with a radio. Now he realizes those messages may have invited the end of the world. And the end comes fast. Reports start pouring in from across the globe. People hear strange sounds beneath the ground. Cities are swallowed by toxic fog. Crops rot where they stand. Entire regions lose power. Martial law is declared in country after country. In India, deadly outbreaks kill thousands. Elsewhere, forests tremble, lakes become contaminated, and the earth itself feels like it is shifting under humanity's feet. People pray, flee, riot, and mourn, but none of it changes what is coming. Lauren leaves for her childhood home, drawn back to the shed where her old lab still sits locked away. She sees it, hesitates, and keeps going. There is almost something tragic in that moment. The world is ending, and she still cannot fully face the place where it all began. Eventually, she returns to the tree one last time. By now, the ground around it feels alive. When she presses her ear to the snow, she hears faint sounds moving below the surface. Rob tells her she is hearing life spreading. Then he tells her the truth. This did not begin with the meteorite. It began with her. When Lauren takes Rob's hand, the broken pieces of her past finally snap together. As a child, Jim secretly took her to a hidden government site. While the adults were distracted, she wandered off and found an alien life form inside a pod. When she touched it, something passed into her. From that day on, she changed. She became unnaturally intelligent, isolated, obsessed with returning to the stars. She built devices no normal child could understand. Using a radio she made herself, she sent messages into space under the name Supernova 94, inviting contact and giving away Earth's location. Her mother tried to stop it. The shed was locked. The experiments were forbidden. But by then, Lauren was already becoming something else. She even told her mother she would die soon. And then, she did. Later, doctors discovered strange foreign DNA inside Lauren, proof that whatever entered her never really left. Jim knew pieces of this truth all along and kept it buried, hoping silence would somehow save her. Instead, it only delayed the inevitable. As Lauren breaks down under the weight of the memories, Rob removes her protective mask. She can breathe. The toxic air does not harm her anymore. That is the final answer she never wanted. She belongs to them now. Around the world, strange egg-like pods begin rising from the earth, appearing in forests, cities, deserts, beaches, and tunnels. The strange sounds people heard were coming from these things. Then, without warning, every pod opens at once, releasing black clouds that spread across the planet. There is nowhere to run. The roots beneath the ground keep spreading. The soil dies. The air changes. Earth slowly stops being a world for humans. One by one, life disappears. No rescue comes. No reversal happens. Humanity does not find a last-minute solution. The planet is transformed into something new, something built for the species Lauren once called from the stars. And in the end, when the world no longer belongs to mankind, Lauren is left standing in the middle of it all. No longer fully human, no longer truly part of the people she came from. For the first time in her life, she finally understands the terrible truth. This was never an invasion from the outside. In a way, it was a homecoming.